Hey, welcome to this video for my banjo arrangement of Billy and the Low Grand. Let me play through it and then I'll talk about it. Okay, a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was it. That was Billy and the Low Grand. A couple things we should talk about. First is this is a melodic style banjo arrangement. Now I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of what a melodic style means, but I will like to mention that this is not the easiest melodic style arrangement. So if you haven't done any melodic banjo before, I wouldn't pick this one. It's not ridiculously hard, but it is... I normally wouldn't recommend it to be the first one. One I often do with students is my first one is Blackberry Blossom is a really good one to go through, and I have a video for that as well that I'll link maybe. But what melodic banjo is it's a way of playing fiddle-style melodies where you're playing more notes than you would normally sing, the fiddly melodies. But rather than playing them all on one string, which kind of sounds, I don't know, it's the way guitars normally will play. It's just kind of playing up and down on a string or a mandolin or even a fiddle. The banjo doesn't sound super great doing that. So the way banjo players have figured out how to do this, and especially when there's fast notes, is we try to play each note of the melody on a different string than the last one before. So instead of playing C, D, E, F, we will go C, D, E, F, right? So before you start this melody, I would recommend being comfortable with the C melodic scale. I'll put the tab up really quick, just so you kind of can go through it. Well, let's take a look at this here first. So this is the first position of a C melodic scale banjo, right? You get, C is simple because it's all the white notes on the piano. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's no sharps or flats. So it looks like this. C, D, E, F, G, A. And we can't go any higher from this, so we go back down. A, G, F, C, D, C. And then we keep going down lower. B, A, G, F, G, A, B, C. So I just started on the C, went up to the highest note I could, and went back down. This arrangement's also a little bit tricky because it goes into the second position. So, like I said, we can't go higher than this A, but if we want to, we have to kind of move up here into the second position. And the second position looks like this. We're going to start on this G. So, well, actually, I'll start here. So, C, D, E, F, G. And now instead of going to this A, I'm going to slide up and go to this A. A, B, C, and D. So you can practice just this little tetrachord here that's starting from the G. G, A, B, C, D, C, B, A, G. And you'll notice that I use my thumb for this. It's not, you can do it without your thumb. If you're doing it without your thumb, instead of middle finger, first finger, thumb, you'll go third finger, first finger, middle finger, and pinky. Right? So if that's a lot easier for you, go for it. But I do think the thumb works kind of nice. Anyways, so that is the G melodic scale. And if you're comfortable with that, that will make this a lot easier. So if you're really interested in this one, I would spend a little bit of time just getting comfortable moving up and down that scale. It makes these melodies a lot more natural. Okay, so let's talk about the form of this tune. So even if you can't play the melody, if this comes up at a jam, you're going to want to be able to play the chords. This is pretty standard for fiddle tunes. It has an A section and a B section, and you play them both twice. So essentially we go A, A, B, B, A, A, B, B, till the song is over, basically. Okay, and the A section chords are C for 2 bars, and then A minor for 2 bars, then C for another 2 bars, then A minor, G, then C, and then we repeat the whole A minor, C, A minor, G, C. All right? The B section of this is just C, well, C, C, F, F. So instead of going to the A minor, we go to an F chord. C, F, G, C. All right? You'll notice when I go from C to F, if this is something you haven't practiced before, it's nice to keep that first finger down. It just stays there, kind of roots you in this position. Right? So those are the chords. That's the structure of this song. Whenever you practice a tune like this, you got to make sure that you practice a way of getting through the chords as well. Because if you can just play the melody and you go to a jam and you can't play through the chords, it's not as fun. Okay, but this is mostly about this arrangement. So let's take a look at the first 4 bars of the song. Let me play through it once quick. Just watch my fingers. So a couple things I'll point out here. This is a fair amount of shifting going on. I start here with my middle finger on the C and getting this F with my first finger and this E with my third finger, right? And there's a bunch of times I'm sliding up here to 10 with my middle finger. Now again, if you're not wanting to do your thumb here, you have to slide up with your third finger so that you can get that with your middle finger. But I'm going to do this exclusively with my middle finger. So when I play through this, anytime I have that position shift where I got to do that, get up to 10, I'm going to exaggerate it with a slide because it helps me both locate where I'm going by my ear and also just reminds me that's a spot where I have to slide that in. All right? It's because we have these pivot points. So if I look at that second bar, or well, the second bar, that's a pretty big pitch, a pretty big jump. Then we're back up here. So we're going back and forth, and those position changes take a little while to get used to, and this happens quite a bit in this tune. Okay, one more time through these 4 bars. Now we have the next 4 bars, which starts out the same way. This is the only part that's different. And here, there's a couple options I have here. So when we go, this is just the last bar here. When I go to this C chord, sometimes I'll have my middle finger here because I slid from this area to that C note, and then I just pinch all 3. And I make the C chord here. And other times I go and do a bar. I kind of do each equally. I'll let you, whichever feels more comfortable to you to get, whether it's that bar or just kind of putting the fingers down. That's okay. So here's that second 4 bars again. Alright, so that was a full A section, those 8 bars. So now we do it again. Now we can move on to the B section. So the B section starts with this rhythm, boo-da, boo-da, right? And I get this with a slide. And most of the time you play this 5 and 5, which is part of this C chord, I'll use my middle and third finger, right? It's very common. So I'm going to slide into this. Right, that's the first 2 bars. Then the next bars, it's the same kind of melodic phrase, but we go to different notes. Right? Now I will say this this part is very confusing at first, and you really have to watch out for where you're hitting these notes, because this note and this note are the same note. They're both G's. So sometimes I'm hitting G here, and sometimes I'm hitting G here, right? Because it's easy if you're just listening to it to go, like kind of just try to get those notes by ear. But in these melodic styles, it's very important that you follow this note is on this string, right? Because like that's that second bar. That's very hard to do if you're trying to get all on the same string there. Okay, and then same thing. Here we can slide up to get the same, we're in that same sort of like second position here with the middle and the first finger. Sliding that middle finger back. Okay, let's take a look at the last 4 bars. Starts off exactly the same. Then we have this little bit of a lick, and I like to slide my third finger in to get this A note. And this is where it gets tough. I will generally slide my first finger and then get my middle finger to get the C note, because then it makes it easy for me to get this E note. And you have to hold that E note down when you get this F. So you have E and F here. So let me just play those 2 bars again. All right. So that was 1 B section, so we would play it again. And that is the whole tune. So what I'm going to end with is just kind of a more slow version where you can watch a little bit easier and maybe play along with me. But I'm going to play the whole tune through, and remember it's A, A, B, B, A, A, B, B. All right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, good luck with this. I hope this helps. All right, till next time. Okay, bye.